Hi, this is Gene Acasella from Port St. John, Florida, and you're listening to the Really Big Barbecue Central Show.
Happy to have you aboard here for the Really Big Barbecue Show.
Boing. We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to.
Hit me!
Fine, how's it going?
You have a great show. I'm a big fan.
Boing.
So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead, and he's in the crackle. Charbono! It's all about the charbono, dude!
Succulent fish. What?
He ate 2 feet or wieners.
Now listen, Libertius, shut your face.
I'm shaking like a dog shit peach seeds.
We have top men working on it right now. Top men.
And just like that, we are into the second hour. It is the Barbecue Central Show. Welcome aboard.
Boing.
Lance Owens is getting off right now. Is that like Terry?
Terry?
No. Terry and John do not sound anything alike.
Boing.
If I move back to this microphone, which I might, I'm hearing it in my ears, and I hear succulence abound. Plus, looks like it might be a little hotter. I might have to trim it up a little bit. Knock it down one. Anyway, you have found the Barbecue Central Show, where we do it live every Tuesday night from 9 to 11 if you've missed the first hour. Don't worry, we are recording, and we will have it for you in podcast fashion. First hour will show up tomorrow around 1 a.m. early morning. That's when it'll get released. And then you will have it shortly after that, depending on what kind of a podcast platform you have. The second hour will show up on Thursday, and we'll talk about Friday here in just 1 second. Still to come on the show this evening, the Embedded Correspondents, of course. The Barbecue Central Show is originating from
Palm City, USA. Cleveland.
We say good evening to those of you watching tonight through one of our video streaming platform partners. You can go to facebook.com/BBQ Central Show, or you can go to twitter.com/BBQ Central Show. Alternatively, you can go to youtube.com/@BBQ Central Show, where we have a new YouTube poll question of the week, and we're asking everybody this. Are you subscribed to the Barbecue Central Show newsletter? And 74% of you are saying yes, you did. Normally, I would say we are running away with it at this point at 74%, but instead my ego is saying, how can we have 26% of you not subscribe to the newsletter? So if you are watching on YouTube and you have voted in the poll and you haven't ejected from the show yet, please in the instant chat, tell me why you are not subscribed to the newsletter. Are you subscribed to too many newsletters and you don't want to add one more to the mix? Is that what it is? Or did you forget from the first hour when I said, please open a second tab, go to the main website, and then subscribe to the newsletter from there? Like, what is it? I don't send them out once a day. I wear a shirt called Collars & Co. for work. I love the dress collar polo situation. I actually just brought the Maverick Performance Blazer and the blue window pane. That thing is badass. It's expensive, but badass. I'm rich. And boy, oh boy, do those mother effers hit you with email marketing the likes I have never seen. Second only to something else that I bought that is been coming through my internet feed. I've been a fan for a number of years. Bird Dog shorts. Had to get some new shorts finally. I'm a guy that loves to keep stuff until it's basically shit, and then that's when I buy new stuff. I'm not into buying the latest and the greatest. I'm buying out of need. I need new shorts now because mine are broke, so now I'm going to get them. That's like how I operate. So I bought 4 or 5 pair of bird dog shorts. I love every last one of them. They are prolific email marketers as well, like 10 a day. I might be underselling it. Literally 10 a day. It's a lot. And I send out one a week, Tuesdays at 5 p.m., just giving you a heads up on what's happening on a Tuesday show later that evening. And then right before the show starts, I send a secondary email saying, hey, show's on. Just a quick reminder in case you forgot to set an alarm. You were like, this time I'm tuning in. We're going to do it. But no, you forget. So I've started sending out the reminder, But that's it. You get 2 emails from me, 3 hours apart, and then I'm done for the week. Plus, did I mention you get free sauce recipe? It's great sauce. I'm not even asking for credit. It's going to be so good. You're going to go, wow, this is a great sauce that Greg has come up with. I'm never going to tell anybody where I got it from, number one. And I'm going to take credit for it. I'm going to say to all my friends and family, this is something I just happened to make up. Why not? You're allowed. I don't even care. But just subscribe to the show newsletter. And then shortly after that, you'll get the thank you note and it says, here's the recipe. You don't even have to use the Texas pepper jelly if you don't want to. Highly recommended. Really makes it the over-the-top sauce that it could be if you use it. But if you leave it out, it's still going to be 9.5 out of 10. Texas pepper jelly takes it to the 10 out of 10. Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue, are they grandpa shorts? In other words, do the loafers hang out? Smoking Joe, I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean? By the way, where's my 17.5 horsepower grinder that you promised me like months ago? You're no showing, Joe.
Get that big stuff out of here.
More to the point here, or the better question is this, Joe. How's Martin Martinez / used to be Joe's barbecue trailer working out in El Paso? Give us the update there, Smoking Joe. Everybody wants to know. Well, I want to know. Martin wouldn't do the show. Wouldn't do that. So let's hear it from Smoking Joe's mouth. What's happening there? Hey, coming up on the best moments of the Barbecue Central show in 10 minutes or less. By the way, Joe said he's doing great. Congrats to Martin. At least somebody in that family knows how to run a barbecue food trailer, right? Am I right? Coming up this Friday on the best moments of the Barbecue Central show in 10 minutes or less, episode 380, taking you back to April 19th of, well, that date is wrong. I believe it's 2016 is what I meant to say, and I could be wrong on that, but I wrote 2026. That's next year. Featuring one of the best competition cooks easily in the last 10 years or so. His name's Fred Robles. You would know him from the competition team and Associated Meat Market, Rio Valley Meats. Not only has Fred been a prolific competition cook over the last handful of years, he's also started a big Texas-based competition sanctioning body called the CBA. I believe Jeremy actually mentioned that as one of the sanctioning bodies he's trying to get reciprocation from. He's seen great success over the past handful of years with CBA, so much so he is seen as a true option to the more well-known sanctioning bodies, let's say like an IBCA or a KCBS. If you're not familiar with Fred, this is a great introduction to him and what his background is. Ultimately, how he got into the barbecue competition circuit. Well worth the listen. Fred's a great guy. So I personally know that you will enjoy this one coming up this Friday, but you have to be subscribed to the show podcast feed in order to hear it. You can do that by going to the website, thebbqcentralshow.com/subscribe. And don't forget, if you want to hear a guest or a segment that has been lost in the archives, which is now sizable archives, email John. He's the guy that puts it together, for crying out loud. John, Jon, is John. Jon at thebbqcentralshow.com, and let him know what you would like to hear. He will, of course, do his best to meet your expectation. And we are seeing a small uptick in show requests. Every time we get one, John will forward me that email and say, hey, we got another request. So if you're somebody that remembers a great segment or one that you feel has been lost in the archives for whatever reason, then just give our pal Jon Solberg a holler through the email blower. And again, his email address is Jon, Jon, at thebbqcentralshow.com, and he will put a show together for you. Even in the talk-up, he might give you a shout-out. I've heard him do that before as well. So if you're interested, no obligations here, no mandates. Just make sure you're subscribed to the show podcast feed no matter what, so you can not only get archives of this show through the Audible, which I prefer the most, but then you also get the best of on Friday, and this will be episode 380. Quickly approaching 400 episodes. It's got to be the second longest running barbecue podcast ever, aside from mine. In fact, I will say it is. All right, so 2 guests are already in on remote, and the guy that is usually racing in at breakneck speed, Matt Osman, is already in the box. So waiting on a Rusty and waiting on a John, but they'll be here. Don't worry about that. Let's talk about the diet program that involves barbecue that I'm on, week 7 now. You tired of diets that make you choose between good food and real results? Well, you don't have to anymore. David McDowell has cracked the code. His personalized fat loss coaching for barbecue lovers lets you eat the food you love. For instance, ribs and brisket and wings. You can still lose weight, get lean, and feel amazing like me. This isn't some fad now. It's a proven system that includes barbecue-friendly meal plans, tailored health strategies, and weekly check-ins, so you're never guessing, you're never alone, and never forced to give up what you love. That's nonsense. And if you want to be part of something bigger, if you want to surround yourself with like-minded barbecue lovers who are dropping weight, getting stronger, and staying motivated, then you're going to have to go online to the Barbecue Diet group. It's where you need to be. Here's the deal. You can just keep struggling on your own, hating yourself, hating your life, hating your neighbors. A lot of hate here. Or you can plug into the system that works. Join now. Get exclusive access to expert coaching, real-world strategies, and a support crew that won't let you fail. I'm still doing it since June 28th, however long that means. Online, you can go to this website, school.com, SKOOL, school.com/BBQ. You can do that right now and take the first step, because you can have barbecue. You can also have your dream body, too. But you have to take the action. Nobody's going to do that for you. Live it right. You want me to show you my six-pack right now? I'm not going to do that. Would never do that. I'm not that guy. Don't ask me to DM you pictures in private and you promise you won't share to anybody or anything like that when I'm not doing that either. Take my word for it. Like right now, I'm in such good shape. I'm running uphill at 7 miles an hour, and I'm running in an incline. You can't do that. You guys are fat and unmotivated. Let's go. Let's get on the diet. Come on, you guys. Let's break in the new year right. We're a little late, but no time like the present. All right. We have the embedded correspondence coming up, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, and Greg Rempe. The Mountain Rushmore of talk show entertainment. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show.
Gang, I got me one of those really bad feelings. Really bad. However, this portion of the show is brought to you by McAuliffe Cigars, where each blend is a chapter and a grand tale of craftsmanship and passion. The Color Series portfolio has grown by one since last weekend, so now purple is in line. Can't wait to talk to Amanda McAuliffe about that. You visit McAuliffeCigars.com, MICALLEF cigars.com. Use the locator, find a retailer nearest you. By the way, I do want to mention Steve Mitchell. I got your email, and I will be sending sample cigars, both the Herencia and the... What was the other one that I got? We got the Herencia Habano. Oh, the McAuliffe A. Delicious, by the way, both of them. So I'll send you a sample of each, Steve. Hopefully I'll try and do that by this week. But you know me and shipping, it doesn't work out very good. But I'm going to try really hard, Steve. Just know that I have the email, and that means it's not forgotten. If I would have deleted it, for sure it would have been forgotten, but don't worry about it. All right, I'm vamping enough. We have 50% to get going. Joining me now in the fourth Tuesday of the month, as they normally do in the second hour, are the embedded correspondents. However, we do look a little light this evening, guys. As you can tell, we have a Doug Scheiding from Texas, our longest-running embedded correspondent, just to the right of me. And then to the right of Doug, there is nobody. And to the bottom of me, there is nobody. But to the right of nobody on the bottom is Matt Osman from Tennessee. Or as I would say, the two smartest embedded correspondents that I have in my stable have also arrived here this evening, and nobody can dispute that because it's just you two guys, and I know you guys aren't going to dispute that. So before we get into the 100% Assurity picks here this evening, we have a YouTube poll question of the week that we're asking everybody, and it is simply this. Are you subscribed to the Barbecue Central Show's newsletter? Doug, yes or no?
Yes, I am.
Yes, all right. And Matt, are you subscribed to the show newsletter?
100% yes.
Yes, all right. So that's 100% of my ECs that are currently on the show this evening. However, it's a 68% overall yes on the YouTube voting public, which is shrinking off of the 70-plus that I had not only just a few moments ago. So 32% of my audience not subscribed to the show newsletter, which I think is a travesty because it's continuing to grow up closer to 40%, which I couldn't possibly take if we hit 40%. So we're going to hope against it through the rest of the second hour here. I'm not sure where John is. I'm not sure where Rusty is. I did not send out a warning email saying, hey, we're coming up to the fourth Tuesday. For some reason, I think maybe they think it's next week because that's the last Tuesday, but it's never the last Tuesday. It's always the fourth Tuesday of the month, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, we have a...
Second time?
I'm sorry?
Is this the second time that it's been Dougie and I?
I don't know. Is that the case? Has it been just you and Doug at one point before this?
Oh, I think when it was there was the problem with the login with the vMix.
All right,
Yeah.
Doug. So
And-
do me
and
a quick favor. Tap on your microphone real quick. All right.
Yeah. No.
Do it again. No, it's not picking up.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and do your rechecks there real quick, and obviously make sure the power button is switched up.
Hello.
So you're gonna have to do like a reconnect through the. Oh, it looks like he just froze there. We'll wait for Doug here and see if he comes back in. He'll come back here in a second. Oh, now there's no sound on Doug at all. That's terrible. You there? All right. So it appears maybe there's only one embedded correspondent here this evening. Though I do appreciate the fact that Doug has gone out of his way to make himself available wherever Shields corporate is. Is that in a North Dakota or something? Doug, how about now?
Well, we can try.
Oh, it sounds so much better.
Oh,
Doug
thank
found
you.
his balls again. He sounds great. You got your timber back. You got your timber.
Thank goodness.
That's
Thank
right.
goodness.
Yeah, I thought you sounded a little thin there. We were capturing a little bit more of the room than normal. All right, so I was just telling Matt, you've gone out of your way to join us remote. So tell us where you're at.
I am in Fargo, North Dakota.
Wow.
At Shields University, where they bring in 200 of their sales associates, and we teach them how to cook brisket, pork ribs, and pork butts.
Wow.
And Jeff Vanderlee says hello, and so does Luke Darnell.
Luke Darnell says hello?
He did,
All
yes.
right, I'll take it.
Had dinner with them tonight.
Yeah, did Jeff Vanderlinde remember who Susie Bullock was this time?
Yeah, right.
Insider's joke. All right, we have
Exactly.
a YouTube poll, or we have 100% Assurity questions going on here this evening, guys, and we might actually get out on time. And we'll start here with Doug, the longest-running correspondent from Texas. Dougie, 100% yes or 100% no. Mayor Joe Sakis has serious guest Hall of Fame potential in 2025.
I think the answer has to be yes, but he would need to be on again. I think he's not a one and done. Needs to be on again.
All right, Matt, Joe Sakis, mayor of Wickliffe, Ohio, serious guest Hall of Fame potential in 2025.
100% yes. No doubt.
To make it unanimous, and I'm not somebody that I am not.
Andrew, you are not.
I am not normally this guest was great one time, so let's consider him immediately for Barbecue Hall of Fame. But in this instance, I have to be a unanimous agreeer with you guys. I believe that Joe Sakis has guest Hall of Fame on the strength alone of him knowing that he knew nothing and then slid in the I have a city to run, boys comments. I mean, that is pretty elite level stuff there. So I agree. All right, we'll go to Matt here now. All right, Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. Sam, the cooking guy, will be at 4 million subscribers by next Thursday, May 1st, as you predicted 2 months ago.
100% yes.
Going down with the ship.
I don't know how we make that math work, but all right. Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. Sam will be at 4 million subs by next Thursday.
Once again, sadly, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, look, I'm no mathematician. Doug, way more the mathematician, and also calculus and whatever stuff he knows how to do that I don't. Barely got through Algebra 1. The math does not math, as they say. He will not be at 4 million subscribers, and I believe you will be out $2,000 to Sam the cooking guy, and that's money he doesn't need because we all know he forgoes the soda pop to get champagne because he carries $100 bills, but like everybody, he's happy to take extra money. Why not? All right.
Absolutely.
Dougie. 100% yes or 100% no. You have been to at least one HPB Expo in your live fire life.
I think this answer is going to surprise you. No.
I am. We'll circle back to that. Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. You have been to at least one HPB Expo in your live fire life.
Bit of clarification. Inside or to it because I wasn't allowed inside?
Well, that sounds like there's a whole follow-up question on that.
Let's hear.
So have you voluntarily gone to an HPB Expo event in your live fire life?
100% yes.
Yes. All right. And I have also been to not one, but two HPB Expos in my live fire life. First one in Atlanta, and the last one most recently down in Louisville a couple of years ago because it was close. And now we'll dial right back to Matt. What does it mean when you are allowed outside but not inside?
So a couple years back, it was here in Nashville, and I did not remember or pay attention that it was industry. And so I go to, just be a spectator. Here I go. I'm going to meet and say hello to, persona non grata. And so I was, who do I know? Who's this? And couldn't get a wristband or get inside or anything. So
I didn't go to the admissions booth and buy admission?
I was told I wasn't allowed. I was not a vendor. It was not open. And so I was like, okay, well, that sucks.
Were you embedded correspondent at that time?
I don't think I was at that time.
Oh, you lost out on privileges. You lost out on privileges. Oh, boy. So they turned you away and you just hung out outside.
I hung around and, was like, all right, who do I know that would, so I'd look on social for somebody posting and was fine. So, but I went with the intention to go.
Yes.
That's why I needed, but not inside.
All right. You have to get inside for the answer to count as a yes. So
okay,
there you go.
So 100% no.
All right. No, it is. We'll go back to Matt on this one. 100% yes or 100% no. Matt, proving that my hypocrisy, much like Doc Hollywood, knows no bounds. I use the hardcore carnivore everyday carry steak knife in a real life situation within these past 30 days.
30 days? No, 100% no.
Doug, proving that my hypocrisy knows no bounds. I did use the hardcore carnivore everyday carry steak knife in a real life situation within the last 30 days.
I believe in your hypocrisy. And just like last time, I said yes, and I'm going hell yes this time.
All right. I happen to have the correct answer. And proving that my hypocrisy knows some bounds, I have not. I have not.
Andrew, you are
not used my everyday. Okay. However, I carry it every day with me. And there's a good chance that I'll be asking this question again at the end of May, and hypocrisy might know no bounds at that point. Go ahead, Doug.
Your OCD and not being able to clean it immediately should not affect this decision. And I can't believe you haven't whipped that sucker out in a sales, dinner or something like that and just started for effect and let someone comment on it.
I just haven't yet.
Oh my God.
The OCD is really a big issue here.
I can't believe that. Just there's a napkin, you wipe it off.
No,
it's called barbecue clean.
That's not clean.
It's called barbecue clean. Barbecue clean isn't totally clean or sanitary.
Yeah, barbecue clean, barbecue medium, all these barbecue terms that people need to become accustomed to.
Not even to cut a cigar, just because you can.
Well, look, I mean, I would be completely untruthful if I said I haven't produced the everyday carry steak knife and then used it in a completely other scenario, like opening a box or whatever, because I lost my normal carry knife, which I'm tragically sad for. But this one is now went in its place, but does have, it's Damascus steel. It still looks great. There is opportunity. It is barbecue clean at all times, I guess, according to Doug. So I could use it. But no, I do not have use for it at this point, but we'll see what happens in the next 30 days. All right, we'll go back to Doug here. Dougie, 100% yes or 100% no. Matt Osman has not sent me even one Instagram video via the DMs since last month when I said I would ban him if he did.
This is a great question.
Yep.
Because if you remember, I said that, he would send me 4 to 5 in one day periodically.
Yeah, I know.
And that I commented that if he continued to do that, that I would ban him as well. I went and looked, and since last time, he's only sent me 4 total.
Wow.
So I am going to say that he has the fortitude to not have sent you any.
All right.
I'm going yes.
Going yes.
I'm going he has not sent you. So he has not sent you. Yes, I'm going yes.
All right. Matt, we'll hold you maybe I want to I'm just going to answer. I'm going to answer. I'm going to answer. After threatening Matt Osman that I would ban him, Matt has not sent me any Instagram videos. He has not. I can't believe it.
This is awesome.
Look, in truth, there were maybe 1 or 2 things that had something to do with the show. It wasn't him just regurgitating the shares as he had been for well over a year. And I had reached my limit. I got to shut a little kid down here. All right, so the question goes to Matt, so we know what the answer is. The question is this, Matt. How hard is it for you not to see something and then just puke it right back to me privately?
Very, actually, and you have no idea how many times I hit the emblem, and I was like, oh, wait. And I deselect, and I'm like, but maybe. And I was like, nope, just don't. Just don't.
Look at you. Real live adult listening and not executing. Sometimes, like, there's been plenty of times when I've written a whole email to get it out of my system, knowing full well I'm not going to send that email. But I get it out of me, and then I hit delete and move on with my life because it feels like it was a cathartic move on my part, getting it all that ickiness out of me, but I never really send it. So you hitting the share button is probably cathartic in a way, and then you realize I really am not going to share this. And by the way, kudos to you for not doing it.
Yes.
I feel like I like you a little bit more because you've been able to exercise self-control in that right. And I certainly appreciate it because, man, oh, man, it was highly annoying. So let's go to Matt. Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. You would pay to have a company clean your grills every so often versus doing it yourself.
Grills being plural, naturally.
Sure.
100% yes. 100% yes.
All right. Doug, you would pay a company to clean your grills every so often versus doing it yourself.
Not just no, but no way in hell am I paying someone to clean my grill. No.
I'm with Doug. No. I have not made it to that point in my life where I will not clean my grills. I did have officially unofficial embedded correspondent of Colorado, Dennis Busso, send me a note a couple weeks ago saying, hey, I just hired a couple guys over in Denver area, come out, clean my 48-inch Twin Eagles grill. Took them 2 hours. They broke it all the way down. They spit shined the whole thing, cleaned every nook and cranny of it, and $250 later, he's a winner. And I'm thinking to myself, well, guy knows ROI. He knows what he doesn't want to do with his time, finds where that money is better placed, what happens to be with a local company to clean that grill, and he found the value in that. There's still something that I like about taking the grill cover off, unassembling the grill, cleaning all the ports and whatnot, and getting it to as close to brand new as possible. I'm not like the guy that's going to try and get it spit shined back, but cleaning it out to make sure it's safe and not burning poorly or anything. If I got to make a little Venturi adjustment on the gas grill, happy to do that as well. Doug, why do you do it?
Why do I do it? Because I have OCD tendencies and I've got to clean my grill, and it would be terrible to think that I'm paying somebody else, paying them good money to clean something that I can freaking clean with my own two hands, and I should be. Now, I think I heard Matt say, what did you say, Matt? Oh, he would like to hear what Sam, the cooking guy, the guy that has the Benji, bedspread, he gets up every morning pushing the Benjis off, would he do it? Would he hire somebody? Yes, that's a good question, Matt. Good question.
I think I can answer that. I believe, yes. The answer is yes, he does do that.
Okay.
He has a service show up and service his grills every so often. All right. Let's break here. Let me do a last piece of business. We'll come back and get through the rest of these 100% Assurity questions, and we'll go from there. We have Doug from Texas. We have Matt from Tennessee. And we are short a Jon Solberg and a Rusty Monson. I fear that Rusty, while I want to believe in my heart he's just waiting for next Tuesday, he's gotten too busy and he has finally forgotten to show up for the show. That's my fear. My hope is that he just thinks it's next week, but my fear is he's gotten too busy and now we're on the back burner. By the way, Doug, I have a follow-up question for you with your OCD tendencies and cleaning of grills. Hey, for 17 years, Green Mountain Grills has brought the smoke to the competition scene and the backyards all over the world. Their Venturi-style firebox, the cleanest 150-degree smoke in the pellet game. Their new redesigned 2025 Prime 2.0 grills blend the proven technology of the past with the technology of the future. Green Mountain Grill, the original innovator in all things Wi-Fi, continuing to give the user granular options to control your grill in any environment and from anywhere. Green Mountain Grill also leading the pack in accessory creation, from their pizza attachment that delivers pizza in 2 minutes to rotisseries to add-on side burners. Check out the new 2.0 Green Mountain Grill Prime at greenmountaingrills.com. That's greenmountaingrills.com. We are back with Doug. We are back with Matt right after this. Stick around. Be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Whole packers, full racks, legs and thighs, injecting butts. If you've never heard this before, you might think you found the best XXX show ever. Let's get back to the most homoerotic host out there today, Craig Rempe.
And we welcome you back to this show here, where we have a Doug Scheiding and a Matt Osman as well. We're short of Jon Solberg and a Rusty Monson. All right, guys, I don't know if you were listening at all during the first hour, but I was using the traditional Sennheiser microphone in the first hour. I have switched over to the Electro Voice RE20. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick sound bit for you guys, and then you tell me which audio you like better, right? So I'm going to turn on the original or the current show mic, which is not this one. I'm going to move this out of the way. Stand by. All right, and now we are with the Sennheiser MX-11 microphone, shotgun microphone that I usually use in the show. This is what we've been using. It's just out of camera shot here. It gives me a clean look. Not that anybody wants to see this face. This is the Sennheiser microphone. And now we're going to switch back to the Electro Voice. Stand by.
Well, it's an easy choice so far. Hey, Greg, you're going to have to log back in and log back out.
Oh, no way. No way.
No.
I don't understand what happened here.
Well, it sounds like you're in a well.
I don't know what happened here.
Oh, there you go.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't even have
I
don't even have a mute button or anything. That's the weirdest thing that's ever happened. I hope that doesn't mean my digital mixer is going. Oh, no. No. Well, Doug, you'll have to go back and listen to the opening part until this very part of the second hour where you can hear the difference. And not that it matters, because if that mic doesn't work anymore, even if you like that other one, it appears I'm screwed to some degree. Go ahead, Matt.
Can I give my opinion?
Yeah, please.
I think the Sennheiser current microphone in use, yes, visually agreed, is better, but you're not going for visual, we're going for audio.
Yeah.
The other one,
RE20.
RE20, you sound more robust. You sound more
ballsy,
thunderous. Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's more vibrant. It's like here, and the other one is very clear, obviously great quality, but it's here. So that's my auditory opinion.
All right. Appreciate that input there. And we will continue on with the 100% Assurity Questions. Lance Owens is wondering if the cat is pissed all over my digital mixer. But believe me, this digital mixer has a well-crafted cardboard box sitting over the top of it to absorb all cat piss. And there's no cat piss around it, so we're all safe there. 100% yes. Oh, wait, I had a follow-up question for you, Doug. Is your OCD tendency on this having a company come and clean your grill, is it because you would be paying these guys money, watching them clean your grill, all the while knowing that as soon as they left, you would go back through and re-clean that grill that they just cleaned so you would be satisfied with it?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I hope I wouldn't do that, but I would definitely check to see how well they did clean it. Yes, I would.
Fair enough. I would go back through and re-clean it. I would.
I can say this. There are differences. It's like different kids, right? How well I clean older grills is much better than how well I clean the newer grills for Traeger, for example, because I have put the aluminum foil on the drip pan on the older ones and stuff. The new ones are such that you really can't do that.
Oh,
and yeah, it's got a lip. It's really harder to do that, and it has a combined ash keg and grease and ash keg. Right. So actually, I clean those less than I do the other ones, where I'm pretty, so if it has the pot, and I clean them a lot more often and a lot better. Now I still take them off. And clean them well, and power wash the grates and all that stuff. But the newer grills, it's harder to be myself.
I just want the outside clean. The inside of my pits are perfect, but the outside maybe not so much.
Outside is not such a looker. No, not aesthetically pleasing on the outside. All right,
look, I'm cooking volume.
I hear you. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on. We can stay on this all night. Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. The Michelin Star Guide content on this show continues to be compelling.
100% yes.
Doug, Michelin Star Guide content on this show continues to be compelling.
As a foodie, I have to say yes.
Yes? What about as a listener?
As a listener, I might be a little tired if I was just an average listener. But in fact, when I saw MSG, I thought it was the monosodium So I was like, MSG. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? But anyway, so I was like, I don't remember hearing that.
Well, I thought we were probably done with Michelin Star Guide content until I was forwarded a couple new articles, both from former Tennessee embedded correspondent Steve Ray and our Michelin Star Guide expert Robert Moss, who sent me a very in-depth article about how Michelin Star Guide and the South thing all came to be, who's paying what, where ROI continues to be. And we'll probably end up talking about that in a couple weeks. So I hate to say there's going to be more Michelin Star Guide content, but guess what? There's going to be more Michelin Star Guide content coming up in May, so stay tuned for that. And by the way,
KCBS.
I think it's compelling. So,
no, I'm interested. I'm interested. It's like the KCBS scoring error problem. It just keeps giving.
The content farm that just keeps on giving. I love it. All right, Matt, back to you. 100% yes or 100% no. You will go to a recently awarded and or announced Michelin star restaurant in 2025.
100% no.
Doug, you will go to a recently awarded Michelin star restaurant in 2025.
Are you talking the future or in the past? The answer is yes. I just went to one a week.
Oh, you did?
A week ago Friday.
Where did you go?
Yes, 2 weeks. It wasn't a star. They got the bib nod.
Yeah.
And so, so they got the nod. And so I went to that, and it was one here in San Antonio.
For me, there's nothing around me, I don't even think. But it's going to be a no for me. I mean, I'm not traveling somewhere to go to Michelin star restaurant, especially knowing what I know now. Even if there was one in Cleveland, I don't know if I would beat Traxy. If I got there for some reason, I would get there, but I wouldn't go make a special trip at this point, knowing what I know. So it's a no for me, dog. Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. You believe the pizza oven fad is over?
I do.
Yes. Matt, pizza fad is over.
I love this question. 100% yes. And thank you.
Well, this is a tough one for me. I want to be unanimous for the second time here this evening. I don't know.
It's a really good question.
So here's what I think. I don't think the pizza fad is over. What I think is over is the amount of ovens that you're going to be seeing coming to market. I think that the pizza oven fad, as far as people wanting to own one and using it, making their pizzas, that's going to remain popular probably for the next handful of years. But I think we're going to see a lot less pizza ovens from a choice standpoint coming, and we might start seeing other barbecue or other pizza ovens starting to buy up the smaller, growingly unsuccessful pizza oven companies and doing something with those. Go ahead, Matt.
If I'm not mistaken, in a past lifetime, Rusty, in a previous podcast, had a guest on who there was going to be a pizza, like a SCA of pizzas, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. The pizza competition circuit.
Did that go, I didn't do my due diligence, but did that take off?
No, never got off the ground, really.
Okay. I think if that would have, it would have probably skyrocketed, right? I mean, more than it did. But yeah, I think it's old news now.
By the way, that's a Doug Scheiding question. In case you're wondering why everybody's saying, what a great question this is.
Nobody knew that, but Matt didn't know that.
100% yes or 100% no. Matt, the griddle market will continue to be hot the rest of 2025.
Based off a previous piece of media, 100% yes.
Right. Doug, the griddle market will continue to be hot the rest of the year.
I think so, because we were actually talking about griddles tonight at dinner.
Really?
Yeah.
Top men and women in the industry talking about griddles. That makes me want to rethink my answer. I was going to go with a hot no. All right, I'll buy in. I'm going to go yes. They will remain hot the rest of 2025, but I believe by the end of 2025, we're going to be tailing considerably. 100% yes to 100% no. Matt? The best griddle innovation to date is the pre-seasoned griddle plate that Weber manufactures.
That's a tough one. 100% no.
It's a great question, by the way. Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. The best griddle innovation to date is the pre-seasoned griddle plate that Weber manufactures.
I haven't seen it. I've just heard about it. I'm going to say no, because I won't even say what I think is the best.
I'm here to tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, as Matt would say, 1,000,000,000% yes. Weber's preseason griddle plate is the best thing that has happened to griddle anything. I have it, so I got a full-size slate a week ago. I had the travel size, whatever the hell the nickname was, for 4 or 5 months before that, right before winter hit. And I used the travel one a few times. Didn't really have the balls that I wanted, so I didn't really use it that much. But the slate is absolutely as built. And to be able to build that thing and go do a quick burnout, because my OCD, of course, doesn't say I need to do that, but I got to do it. But outside of that, I'm not spending hours burning the griddle top in, seasoning the griddle top in like you have to do with every other one. This thing is ready to go. I left it out uncovered with the top up, knowing it was going to rain over the night that I used it. Came back out the next morning, not even a hint of surface rust. This thing is a game changer. I think everybody is going to be after Weber on trying to buy in or license whatever the hell they're doing to their griddle top, because this thing is magic. And I have a smaller one that is completely left uncovered for months now. No rust at all. It's a game changer. I think it's the best innovation that we've seen on a griddle to date. Go ahead, Matt.
We think this spills over to the Blackstone now, because I don't know that it's done, but is that going to translate?
Yeah. So I have a question, I believe, in there coming up that's going to be talking about that. But
okay.
It certainly wouldn't surprise me from being tied together if it actually goes through, that's something that Blackstone wouldn't want to take advantage of. I mean, it's certainly way more convenient. I don't know if that would then make the Blackstone wholly cost more, because that's something that they're putting into that technology that they don't currently account for cost-wise. Doug, do you have any thoughts on any of that?
Is it like the new, let's say the Yeti cast iron, the Fredericksburg cast iron that's almost honed and you don't really have to do anything to it? I mean, is it kind of like that?
Like it comes out of the box. It is straight up jet black, like you had burned it in like a champion, edge to edge, side to side. Just shiny. A slight, not shiny, but like a little bit of I'm going to say sheen, but maybe not even a sheen, just something enough to let you know that something's hanging out there. But when you burn it in, it's straight up matte black, ready to go. It's great. So great. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Blackstone incorporate it. Also, it wouldn't surprise me if they also stayed away from it just as a separator. So 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, you're shocked that Dr. Barbecue jumped in bed with an African charcoal company.
The answer's no.
Matt, you're shocked that Dr. Barbecue has jumped in bed with African charcoal company.
Surprisingly, 100% yes.
I mean, the answer is surprisingly 100% no. I mean, if you know Dr. Barbecue, that guy has not met a sponsorship deal that he wouldn't entertain or possibly take. By the way, you're looking at a guy who loves money, and I have entertained most sponsorships that have come my way. I haven't said yes to everything. Likewise, Dr. Barbecue hasn't said yes to everything, but certainly not a surprise to me. If he believes in the product, he thinks he can get behind it and help the product move forward. Ray is a champion of anything new or proven in the world of barbecue, so it doesn't surprise me at all. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, the ranch kettle is making a comeback in 2025.
I think, yes, it should.
Matt, the Weber Ranch kettle is making a comeback in 2025.
Before I answer, why do these type of questions get snickers and the other ones are, oh, that's fantastic, amazing question, very, very predominant. I'll let you guess whose is who. 100% yes.
Gang, I hate to be the dissenter here.
Oh,
but in order to have a comeback, that means you had to have had a lion's share of the market. The answer is no. It can't. It can't have a comeback because it never was at the top of anything. It was always huge. It was always expensive. It was always one that everybody wanted to have, and zero people ever went out to bought except Steven Reichlin and I think Michael Simon, who will be on the show in a few short weeks. That doesn't make a comeback. So the answer is no, and be real with yourselves for crying out loud. All right, let's go back to Doug. 100% yes or 100% no. The Weber Blackstone deal still not being closed here in April makes you think the deal won't close.
Come on. Remember when we went through this question last time, I said, it ain't over till it's over, and I don't think it's over. So I'm going to go. I don't think we'll close. I'm going to go, it will not close.
Matt? It hasn't closed yet, which makes you think this deal won't close.
100% no. We've all had corporate jobs. Analysis, paralysis, and bean counters involved takes forever.
Man, I agree with Doug. Time kills deals.
Yes, exactly.
By the way, Matt, Doug and I are like real salesmen, so we know time kills deals. No offense.
Whoa.
ABC, baby.
Whoa. I've sold before.
You sell every day that barbecue, buddy. Don't worry about it. 100% yes or 100% no. Matt, smash burgers are the best burgers.
100% no. No.
Doug, smash burgers are the best burgers.
This is a good question as well because it definitely makes you think. But in the end, you just have to say yes.
And by the way, in the end, the correct answer is yes. Smash burgers are the best burgers. I just had some. I can't get enough of them. I could eat them every day of the week. I can't eat regular burgers every day of the week. I can eat smash burgers every day of the week, twice on Sunday, maybe 3 times. They're fucking great.
I I don't deny it, but the
best burger is a smash burger.
Like a 3rd pound juicy dip with the egg and
I get it. I mean, I love Au Cheval burger like the next guy. I'd probably love a Red Hook Tavern burger from Billy Durney like the next guy. But smash burgers, I would go, having never been to Red Hook Tavern before, I would rather go to George Motz's house and have him make me a smash burger, sans onions, of course, than go to the Red Hook Tavern and get the Bill Durney burger. That's just me. 100% yes or 100% no? Matt, getting basted will win the Memphis and May 2025 championship, not Blues Hog.
100% no.
Doug, Brad wins over Tim.
I say yes. He's getting in the goat herd territory.
If I'm picking between the two, I don't know how anybody could pick against Brad Leiniger. I mean, that guy just goes and wins. Jeremy Garrett was just talking about how he showed up out in Vermont or wherever the hell he was in a campground, and he won first place one day, second place the next day. I mean, that's a pretty good 24 hours. And he's team of the year again. I love me some Tim like the next guy, but I don't know how you can bet against Brad. All right, let's do this. This isn't a question, but we'll go back around the dais real quick. You would take Brad Leiniger over the field in Memphis in May, Doug?
Oh, that's a good question because there's a little bit of politics that's going on over there, allegedly.
Brad Leiniger or the field?
I would say no.
No. Matt, you take Brad Leiniger over the field in Memphis in May.
All respect to Brad, you can't. No, 100% no.
By the way, it's unanimous. It's a no for me too, Doug. I want to say yes. I mean, I would secretly place $1,000 on him to win, not tell anybody if I lost especially. But there are some things that are happening over there. All right, 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, golf sucks.
No, it is one of the most relaxing sports next to barbecue.
Matt, golf sucks.
100% no.
Well, bad news, you guys are wrong. Golf sucks.
That means yes. You suck.
Yes, 100% yes or 100% no. And this is the last question, and we're not going to get out on time, but we'll be pretty close to time for just having a total of 3 of us here tonight. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, so far, the worst name for Greg and Sam's new podcast is Barbecue and the Jew.
As my wife says, I live in a cave. I haven't heard of any other ones, so this is the only one I've heard of. So yes, it's the best and the worst.
Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. So far, the worst name for Greg and Sam's new podcast is Barbecue and the Jew. Not to be confused with the new TV show coming out on Netflix, which is called Barbecue and the Jew.
Oh, what? Is that for real?
No, that's not for real.
Oh, but 100% yes, that's the worst.
By the way, I echo with Matt, that is the worst. 100%. And just in case you were wondering, there is 0 podcast with me and Sam coming out separately from whatever we're doing here on this show. All right, we got some moments of promotion. Go ahead, Doug.
Who suggested that name? Come forward. Oh, okay.
Doug, we have some time for promotion here this evening. What are we promoting outside of the Shields?
Okay, well, if you heard my show last week, I allowed Jeff to be on the show, kicked Lynn off the show, and we interviewed Fred Robles.
Wow. Awesome. Thank God we're 50% of the way to getting the dead weight off of baseball and BBQ or barbecue,
it's almost
depending
done.
On how you say
House cleaning.
Thank God.
Has started.
Way to take control and dominate that show, Doug. All right, well, this isn't a question. Matt, what are we promoting tonight before we go?
2.5 quick things. One, Blinky's Offset World Headquarters is underway. We are waiting on one last permit to get going.
Nice.
Next, I will see anybody in South Haven, Mississippi at the Spring Fest, cooking KCBS and with Old Burger Bear, MBN, doing a couple of ancillaries as well.
Nice.
And lastly, check out Best Moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less this Friday.
Yes, where you will hear my conversation with a Fred Robles, believe it or not.
Oh,
Kismet from back in, I believe, 2016.
Nice.
So there they are. It's Doug Scheiding right here, the longest-running embedded correspondent from Texas. And then right there is Matt Osman from Tennessee. Boys, appreciate it, and we will see you again next month. There they go. We'll have to check in and see whatever happened to Rusty and John, and then now I got to see what the hell happened with his microphone. Check 1, 2. Now, you got to be kidding me, right? You got to be kidding me. Hold on a second. Doug, you still there?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I'm still here.
Stand by. All right, this is the other microphone. This is the RE20. Now, stand by. This is the other microphone that I was just using for the embedded correspondence segment that Matt said I sounded a little thin on. Now we'll go back to the other one. Forgive the sound here. Now we're back to the RE20, the one that you see in front of my face right now. Which one do you think is better?
From an overall standpoint,
yes.
I think you're higher in the first one, but you sound deeper and more full in the second one.
As a listener, which one would you rather hear all the time?
It is going to show my age.
Yes.
You sound like the old radio DJs, you know. So yeah, so I kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know, who was it? What was it?
Wolfman Jack.
Wolfman Jack.
Yes.
It brings me back memories of Wolfman Jack.
All right.
And kind of the deep voice. So
all right, we might go back
personally,
to this one. We'll try it out for a month.
the
We'll run it until the next embedded correspondent, and of course we'll see if John shows back up. We'll see what the audiophile John thinks as we move forward. There.
John is going to be hurt that he was not here tonight.
I'll reach out.
I hope
sure
he's okay.
All right. You got it.
I hope he's okay.
Or enjoy Shields, Doug. Take care. And it's Doug Scheiding right there. I don't know why my microphone cut out for no good reason, but hey, that's what happens when you live in the big time. Let me get all my ducks in a row here, and we'll make ways to get out. All the way back in the first hour, it was a Jeremy Jarrett, and that's the GARRET. Jeremy Jarrett. GrandAmUSA.com is the website. Check him out there. He will also be available for consulting if you're looking to get your own contest off the ground. Pay him money, and he will try and help you make your initiative a success. Then in the second hour, it was the Embedded Correspondents, Doug Scheiding and Matt Osman. We were down 50% as usual with a missing Jon Solberg and a missing Rusty Monson, where I think they're thinking it's actually next week, but that's the bonus 5th week. And as we all know, Embedded Correspondents, the 4th Tuesday of every month in the second hour. We'll clarify all that, and we'll pick you back up as we head into the bonus week next week. Don't forget, Jess Pryles will be on the show 9/14 next week. And big show planned otherwise. So how do I always leave you? September 11th, 2001. I will never forget. And until next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, this is your program host and proud U.S. American Greg Rempe saying, Shalom! Shalom!
Hi, this is Jeff Richards, Columbus, Ohio. You're listening to Barbecue Central.